So when uploading that previous video of mine, the Xbox What Is Happening video, in the process of recording it, I obviously talked about GDC of when that was happening, but after that I forgot. And so when I uploaded it, I forgot the same day was GDC. So it's been a couple days since then, more like a few instead of a couple, but I have gone through and gotten kind of the main points that I want to go over, that I want to talk about, and share my YouTuber for fun opinion on. So let's get into it. What everything that came out of Xbox at GDC is that basically Xbox is no longer just simply a console. You know, they're no longer trying to sell you a box that can go onto your TV or a box that can go on your desk. They're trying to make Xbox an everywhere platform, not just a console, but it means your PC, your handheld like your ROG Ally, cloud gaming that they like to talk about, Game Pass, the backwards compatibility stuff, which I like backwards compatibility. I think that's cool. With them saying that, that's like, this is the direction that we're building towards, essentially. What grabbed my attention, a lot of my attention, I should say, is how they were talking about the next gen hardware and the direction that they seem to be heading. So essentially, what they talk about is how that the Project Helix will play both Xbox and PC games. That test units will go out starting in 2027. One thing about that is when the developer kits of the Xbox Series consoles were going out, the Xbox Series console itself released later the same year. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign that for the release date of the actual Project Helix console. I don't know how to feel about that. Backwards compatibility is confirmed with all 4 Xbox generations. So you got your Xbox 360, your Xbox One, and your Xbox Series games, which is very far and few in between, but I think it'll still be cool nonetheless. There are some good Series generation games, but a lot of the main ones are on Xbox One and specifically Xbox 360. But I think it's very cool that you'll have all generation of Xbox games playable on this. I think that's very cool. New ways to play iconic games coming later this year. I'm not entirely sure what that entails. The new ways to play screams a lot of that screams like AI to me, just because we talked about it in the previous video of the AI being an AI assistant coming. The Copilot, AI Copilot, which we'll talk about in a minute as well, how that Copilot AI is coming to consoles. Windows is getting an quote-unquote Xbox mode, a full-screen controller-friendly experience similar to the ROG Xbox Ally. From what I also read later on, that is also more towards the Ally itself, just kind of further solidify that. I also did read that it is for Windows and things like that. The way I'm imagining is it's going to be similar to maybe Steam full screen, the Steam full screen mode, how that works, but I'm not entirely sure. Xbox Play Anywhere allows you to buy the game once and seamlessly transfer progress. That confuses me because on console, I bought Forza Horizon 5 and even Forza Horizon 4, and I could install both of my PC and have my save file transfer over. It would literally be the same progress that I'm playing on the PC that I had on my Xbox, so that's a little confusing to me. Now this is cool though, powered by a custom A&D chip with orders of magnitude better performance in ray tracing and path tracing. That's pretty cool. Integrates AMD FSR4 for better upscaling and frame generation. And seeing how PlayStation, or I keep talking about it, the devs of Crimson Desert have improved the SFR for their game, I think it was FSR, I do believe that we could be seeing quite a improvement and jump in quality with this. I do believe. I'm not entirely sure of how they mean with orders of magnitude for better performance in ray tracing and path tracing. Just personally, because I never experienced it in any of the games I played on Xbox. When I had an Xbox Series X and sold it a while back. I regret that. Anyway, this is going to be very interesting to watch in the coming months, especially come 2027 next year. Apparently, Microsoft are also bringing the AI assistant, the Copilot AI assistant, to current gen consoles this year. I don't like the Copilot AI. It is annoying on PC, on Windows 11, because if I'm moving a file when I move a file, I get a little pop-up in the top of the screen, and it annoys the ever-living snot out of me, because if I'm trying to move from one folder to 2 folders back, it's blocking the path up here in the top, so I can't even get to it. Pisses me off. But what they're talking about is that it's ready to launch on current-gen consoles. That was revealed at GDC. That they've been working on this gaming-focused Copilot assistant for months now, with the company launching it in beta on the Xbox mobile app and Windows 11 and the Ally handhelds. They can use their voice to call upon a gaming Copilot if they get stuck in a game, and the AI assistant is supposed to reply with suggestions about what to do next. It can also answer questions about players' gaming history, offer up tips or strategies, and provide in-game recommendations. That is insane. You're taking away the quality of playing games for AI. You're taking away what it means to be a gamer. And yes, I use that term loosely because people like to mock and joke on people when they say that, oh, I'm a gamer, oh, you're a gamer. You know, they joke on it. But you're taking away the fundamentals of playing a video game. You're taking away all the fun of playing a video game, and I think that might be the stupidest thing ever. I will praise Xbox where praise is needed, and I will dog Xbox where it is needed. And right here, this is where it is needed. You do not need to bring an AI assistant to a console that is already, they're trying to push AI on already. You do not need to bring AI to the computer. You do not need AI like this. AI is good when it is helping you in VFX and CGI and making of a video game. You know, like when you're making NPCs, you need AI for the NPC. They have to have a pre-made path to follow. Things like that. This is not it. This isn't it, Chief. We do not need an AI on consoles to tell us what to... I saw, I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but what I had seen an example of was somebody playing Minecraft. Okay, I have 4 logs now. What do I do? The AI assistant, you take those logs, turn into planks, and craft a crafting table. What? I have nothing further to say on that. Now, what seems to be a good thing coming out of this is if Xbox is made in such a way, it's obviously made for developers to build once and then hit multiple parts of the Xbox ecosystem, which could be a big deal. You know, you have more games and fast reports of those games, more support and less friction. It's interesting to think about it in that perspective. Platform is not just... You have a platform that's not necessarily about exclusives anymore, but about convenience. And now, if it's affordable, that's convenient. But from what I saw, it's possibly going to be like $7.99, $6.99, $7.99. That's not necessarily that affordable. I'm not entirely sure. But what I am sure of that this is one of the most interesting directions that Xbox has shown in a while. Now, I'm not going to sit here and glaze Xbox. I'm not going to sit here and say, this feels like a vision. They know what they're doing. No. It's an interesting direction that they have a lot to prove upon. Like, by prove upon, I mean they have a lot to prove that this is more than just a cool-sounding idea, a cool-sounding product, and it actually turn out to be something good for people, for your average consumer, and for convenience. If they can't, people are going to look at it, not buy it. It's going to fail massively. It's going to be a huge loss of money, and maybe that's what they need. Maybe they need a huge loss of money to have a wake-up call. PlayStation, I'll give props to PlayStation for keeping their consoles going. I don't see Sony changing that at all. If they do, if they want to copy Xbox, at least I don't see them doing it for at least another generation, of course. But I think this is an interesting direction. Again, the vision is the easy part. The execution is the hard part. This is why I was saying this is where they have to prove it. Because if they can't pull this off, it might put them in a very good position for the future. So these are my thoughts on Xbox at GDC. I genuinely do think there are some exciting stuff in here. I really do think there's also a lot of questions, some very real questions that do need answers. But there's one thing that is clear. Xbox is clearly trying to redefine themselves. Not for this generation, but for the next one. And some might find it scary, some might find it interesting. Whether it does end up brilliant or messy, It's very interesting to watch. It's going to be for sure. But I want to know what you think. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you like the idea that Xbox is becoming more of a full ecosystem across console and PC, so it's more of an intertwined idea? Or do you think that Xbox should just have focus on making the next generation of an Xbox console to keep that special feeling going? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Integrates AMD SF. Integrates AMD SF.